Welcome back to the program. All this doom and gloom, Republicans are going to lose the House. Republicans are going to lose the Senate. No one likes Republicans. Democrats are going to win all the special elections, all this stuff. Now, have they won some? Yeah, they have. They certainly have. But there's a long time to go before November, okay? So please, everybody, calm down. We're not losing anything, certainly not yet. Could it happen? Yeah. Yes, it definitely could happen. Is it going to happen? I don't know. I'm not so sure we're going to get, quote, blown out, as a lot of the media has been talking about. I know they just said that not only are we going to lose the House, but we're going to lose the Senate too. So everyone's sending me emails, Josh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Well, I can tell you, number one, what we can do to prevent it, and that's to pass the Save America Act. But that's not the story for tonight. What I want to start with tonight is a couple of things. And yes, they are election related. The first one is the latest from Harry Enton. You got to hear this to believe it. Listen.
Just take a look at this. Net favorability. Party ahead at this point. Midterm of years with the GOP president.
So it says net favorability, party ahead at this point with a Republican president in office. In 2006, Democrats right now at this point were plus 18. In 2018, Democrats were plus 12. Guess what they are now? Well, Harry's going to tell you.
In 2018, Dems were up by 12. In 2006, on net favorability, which party you like more? Dems are ahead by 18. Republicans are actually ahead on net favorability at this point by 5 points. So Democrat.
We, with all the negative press, with the Iran war, with the ICE raids, with immigration, with all the things that you keep hearing, the Epstein, all the stuff that you keep hearing, CNN, not exactly a bastion of conservative ideology, and Harry Enton are telling you and reporting to you that right now, as we sit, Republicans are up 5 points in the generic who would you vote for. Now, is it really 5? No, it's not. It's double that. Why is it double that? Because in every single election, anything having to do with President Trump, since he came down the escalator till the win in 2024, every single election, taking the one that was stolen out of the equation, but the ones that were legitimate, there is a 5% extra vote that never shows up in polling, ever. So, really, we're up plus 10 right now, okay? So, keep that in mind. This isn't what the rest of the segment is about, but I wanted you to understand that.
Are just simply put running behind their previous benchmarks, and they need to be running well ahead of them if they want to take back the United States Senate. Just take a look at this. Net favor.
So then it resets after that. So I wanted to point that out because that was very important. Now, I want a Democrat to win one seat in Nebraska in 2026. I want a Democrat. You heard that correctly. But not just me. The Republicans want this. The RNC wants this. As a matter of fact, they're not going to give any money to the Republican running in this seat. You got to be asking yourself, why? It could be a really close election. Why the hell, Josh? Why wouldn't you want a Republican to win in all places, Nebraska? I'm going to tell you. One Democrat House victory in Nebraska could hand Republicans the presidency in 2028. Here's how. Democrats are targeting a key House pickup in Nebraska's 2nd congressional district, but the outcome could increase the chances of a Republican winning the presidency in 2028. Our Rhino Congressman Don Bacon, everybody hates Don Bacon. He's anti-Trump. He's a loser. I can't wait for this guy to retire. He's stepping down very soon, 2026. He's still there, unfortunately. He's just been a thorn in our side. He's a terrible, terrible rhino. And I don't know who's running against him. Doesn't matter. I don't want the Republican to win. I want the Democrat to win. Why? Here it is. Rhino Congressman Don Bacon is not seeking re-election in November, creating an open race and a major opportunity for Democrats to pick up a tightly contested House seat. The Democratic frontrunner, State Senator John Kavanaugh, would be required to give up his seat in Nebraska's legislature if elected to Congress. Now, let's stop right there. You may remember in Preserving Liberty, I said I want the entire country to do what Nebraska does, which is proportional electoral votes, right? Instead of a winner-take-all type of situation. I think it would be wonderful. I talk about it in Balancing the Electorate in Chapter 3. However, are there times where this type of situation that's not winner-take-all can actually benefit Republicans? Yes, right now. Listen. His replacement will be appointed by the state's Republican governor, Jim Pilot. Republicans are currently 1 seat short of a super majority, which would be what? Filibuster proof. Okay? Should they gain that additional seat, they would have the votes needed to advance legislation without Democrats' ability to stop it. Now, what type of legislation do you think a supermajority in a conservative state like Nebraska would possibly want to do? Maybe redistricting? Yes, redistricting, and not just redistricting, getting rid of the proportional voting, which would mean what? Winner takes all, rather than the separate, as Maine and Nebraska do, where you get proportional amounts. You don't get the winner take all, you get just a certain amount of electoral votes. In a 2028 contest that if it came down to being close, well, guess what? This would hurt the Democrats' chance in any close election, assuming we get the SAVE Act and everything else, right? Should they gain that additional seat, they would have the votes needed to advance legislation without Democratic support. That could include changes to Nebraska's congressional maps and potentially making the 2nd District more favorable to Republicans, as well as an effort to eliminate the state's split electoral college system. Nebraska is one of only 2 states, Maine being the other, that allocates electoral votes by congressional district. The 2nd District has recently provided Democrats with a single electoral vote, including in the 2024 presidential election, where Heels Up headboard Harris ended up carrying this exact district. In a closely contested national election, that single electoral vote could prove significant. Without the split system, Nebraska would award all of its electoral votes to the winner-take-all in a statewide election. Democrats believe that they can offset any loss by winning additional legislative seats in upcoming elections. Yeah, right. We're prepared that we might lose Kavanaugh's seat, so that means we have to pick up a few more this cycle, Nebraska Democratic Party Chair Jane Klebe told Politico. In recent years, Democrats have successfully blocked efforts to redraw district boundaries and change how the states allocate its electoral votes. Why would they do that? Why would they fight against it? Number one, they know it's a red state. Number two, they know that if Republicans are able to change it, they can't win in a close presidential election. And number three, they don't want a winner-take-all in Nebraska because they lose all opportunity to get any electoral votes out of Nebraska. If Republicans secure a supermajority, the House Majority Leader in Nebraska has already said that is going to be the first thing that they do. those constraints would all be removed, allowing them to go and do these proposals ahead of the 2028 election cycle. Meanwhile, the retirement of Don Bacon is no great loss, of course, to the Republican Party. Last November, Bacon admitted he also resigned from Congress in protest because of President Trump's plan not to fund the Ukraine war. He denounced the proposal as the Witkoff Ukraine Surrender Plan, referring to Trump's Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff, who helped craft it. However, he said that he intended to, quote, honor his commitment to our constituents to fulfill his term. That is the reason why I do not want a Republican to win this seat. As a matter of fact, even the RNC is not putting any money into whoever the person is that's going to run for that seat. Because if a Democrat wins it, he leaves the Senate, right, or the legislature in Nebraska. So now he's gone. A Republican governor appoints someone in to that seat. Now they have a supermajority where Democrats can't stop them. They get rid of the non-winner-take-all system. They redistrict to make it much more favorable for Republicans, getting rid of the Democrats' ability to hold that seat anymore. And if there was a close election in 2028, Republicans would have a much better chance at winning. Again, I don't think there will be a close election, as I believe J.D. Vance and probably Marco Rubio are going to absolutely destroy anyone that they put up. But nonetheless, that is the reason why, in a very rare instant, I would be voting for the Democrat to win that seat. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Put them down in the comments below. We'll see you in the next one.